so.
No, I actually started coming December 11th.
December, well, it seemed like.
It seems like a year, I know, yeah. It's really
Time flies when you're having fun. And I've never heard anything. Are we good? Yeah. Like check, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oops.
Put your coffee down the stand. This is rare.
This doesn't mean it's done.
No, it's not.
But 3 of them asked the staff to pursue it.
Right.
That's what I heard.
Right.
Which means that they'll do that,
And
because
actually,
they generally do.
And actually, you might have missed Mr. Cadane. He actually said, I've talked to Mr. Gonzalez. Is his name AC Gonzalez? The city manager.
Right, yeah.
Yeah. He said, I've already talked to AC about this. And AC said yes. So Cadane is really wanting to move forward on this, big time. And he's on the budget committee.
Well, that's
Yes, very cool.
well, so you've been pushing for that. You were glad to hear this.
Oh,
weren't
yes.
you? Do you need white down here? Okay. Well, so what were you thinking when you heard that?
Yay, this is major big. This is it. I knew we would prevail. It only makes sense. We're spending too much money for an ineffective program, and everybody else is looking for money. So it only makes sense to stop it.
How much are we spending? How long have we been spending that, and why is this a waste of money?
48 years it's been being spent. I don't know what the original prices were, but they've gone up, I'm sure. As it stands right now, they usually get a contract for 3 years, and it's close to $1 million a year. Right there, that's just for the fluoride. As my daughter mentioned, well, there's always more costs involved. This is a very toxic element. I'm sure that the containment of it, the clothing, there's just many things probably related to it that cost money.
Is it bad for us to be drinking fluoride?
Yes, we've spoken before. I think we've come maybe 5 or 6 times, and each time we take a different thing. We take the aspect of not having given the consent, and this is a medical treatment that's been given to us without consent, and we've talked about the health risks. But I kind of today thought with Chantal coming and say, don't even think about the health risks. If there's something you have to consider or you don't think it's substantiated enough, let's just look at the cost value of what we're getting. And they've already proved that the fluoride does not really help your teeth.
Isn't it good to have fluoride on your teeth, though?
Topically, I would say the argument could be there. But in 48 years ago, there were very few toothpastes that had fluoride in them. Right now, it's hard to find a toothpaste that doesn't have it. Plus, we already have a natural level of 0.05 already in there, and the recommended amount is 0.07. So for 2 more 0 points, whatever you want to say, you can get that through other elements.
And on the toothpaste, what does it say on toothpaste about fluoride? Don't swallow
If you eat more than a pea-size amount, call poison control. Children under the age of 2 aren't even supposed to be using fluoride toothpaste because it's so easy for them to not rinse well and swallow it. Just recently I heard they have reduced that amount to a rice-sized piece because we're getting fluoride in so many other places.
Well, it couldn't hurt me to swallow that little tiny bit, could it?
You would think, because you're looking at, concentration, though. It depends on whether you're an elderly person, a young person, a person with other problems. Yes, it could. Actually, they're the ones that say that it could. They're the ones that are saying it's a poison, called poison control.
Stay there for 1 second longer if you would, and just take one more picture of us, and thank you for coming up here. And I don't know how much this will get today. It might not be much more than the one time we did say this before, but we'll say something today, because the fact they said that was
kind of big.
It was big,
It's very big, actually. In the United States, having a city this large there's no other city that has even come this far to say this, that we want to halt it.
But there are a lot of others this large doing it still.
Well, they're still putting the fluoride in the water, yes. And
most cities still do.
Yes, most cities do. But there's a lot of smaller cities that are, and countries, all over the world.
It's been banned in many countries. Now, also the dosage factor where the dosage cannot really be controlled.
That's true.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, take care.
Okay, now how do I find it even? I'm not good at these
I don't
things.
think this ever, I did the story before, and it did run, but it was short. It might
And then
have
it
only
wasn't
run.
archived.
It was archived, but it wasn't saved online. It didn't go to our website where
Okay,
you
you
could find
listen
it.
because she's
Because
computer person. How do you-
I didn't make a web story for it, and it never was put on the website.
Okay.
It ran on the news, like on the 6 o'clock news, maybe or the 5, I forget.
So
I
we
wrote
really
it.
should start
It
watching.
aired.
5 o'clock, 6
I
o'clock.
forget what day it was. Whatever,
know.
what day it was, you had a lot of people here, and I
Right.
thought